Freethinkers, it's been a while, over a year in fact, but here is the latest instalment of the Thinking Atheist Forum visualized. If you've not seen one of my videos before, I recommend you watch the tutorial and maybe some of the others. Click the links if you want to do that. Today we're going to talk about reputation, or REP as it's known on TTA. REP is controversial because it can be both positive and negative. This is different to likes, which can be a positive endorsement of a forum post but not a negative one. Reputation also follows you around. It shows up next to your name and is an immediate advertisement of your online standing within the forum. Firstly, let's look at reputation visualized. This is simply a graphical representation of who has the most reputation, who they've given it to, and who gives it to them. Each user is shown as a dot or node, and each line or edge represents the streams of reputation being exchanged between users. Nodes in the middle of this big ball here are more connected, which means they've exchanged more rep with one another. Nodes on the outside have given and received less rep with less people. One of the most savage ironies of our forum, which is essentially a bunch of atheists shooting the breeze, is that a theist has the highest reputation by some considerable margin. You can see King's Chosen standing out a mile off. You can also see some other highly reputable members such as Stark Raving, DLJ, Chaz and House of Cantor. These people talk to each other a lot, exchange rep with one another, and have been posting for a long time. There are a few surprises here. The most traditional route to getting lots of rep is to post a lot, give a lot of rep, and remain active for a long time. Let's look at it a little differently and calculate a rep per post statistic, essentially dividing a user's reputation by the number of posts they have made. That changes things dynamically, and for the first time we see our glorious leader stick out. The thinking atheist himself can command an incredible 1.5 points of reputation for every post he's made. You can also see some interesting outliers. These are people who've only made a few posts and few connections with people, but they've clearly said things that the community has loved, as their reputation per post is far greater than the likes of King's Chosen or any of our mods or admins. I know there are many members of the community that criticise the one-post wonders who join the forum, they make a post and then they disappear. We have to get better as a forum at harnessing the potential of these people and making sure they stay, as some of them clearly have insightful things to say. Anyway, how do likes play into this? Well, we can change our visualisation to reflect a stat I've used before called likes per post, where we basically divide the number of likes by the number of posts for each user. Again, this changes things a lot. You can see by far the most popular member on the forum is the thinking atheist himself, who is statistically likely to gain 5 likes with every post. Where's King's Chosen gone? Well, our resident theist writes a lot of posts, 7,262 to be exact, and only gets liked on 0.63 of them, so he has roughly a 2 in 3 chance of being liked for every post he writes. Compare that to the thinking atheist who will pull in 5 likes. Despite his high reputation, users are no more prepared to like King's Chosen's posts than anyone else is. In fact, Denisio, Hamata K, House of Cantor, and FSM Scott all get more likes per post than he does. So what would happen if we added these two stats together, effectively take likes per post and reps per post? I'm calling this stat popularity per post. Interestingly, this is an incredible leveller. Anyone who thinks that the mods wield more power within their posts are mistaken. With the exception of the thinking atheist, as you can see, we're all equal, which is nice. We'll finish by looking at our biggest winners and losers in terms of their total reputation and look at how they rep over time. Our members with the largest rep are King's Chosen, Chaz, DLJ, Earmuffs, Stark Raving and Girly Man. And you can see them plotted on this line graph that shows reputation over time. All of their reputation awards behave in a similar way. The amount that is given spikes at certain points in the year. This means that reputation is linked to specific events. These people are clearly taking part in certain events at certain times and gaining reputation as the result of it. So now let's consider those members with a negative reputation. Firstly, we'll look at Bishadi, Able Z, FZU Media and Goth Kid. They all lost reputation over a very short period and then went quiet. They clearly posted something completely at odds with the consensus of the forum and were then punished for it. The users I and Trainwreck are a little more interesting. Both have posted a lot over a significant period of time, and both of them have received positive and negative reputation over that period. Interestingly, Trainwreck has written 580 posts and currently has a negative reputation of -29. However, he's also had 61 likes. He has a 10% chance of getting a like, and a 5% chance of getting negative reputation with every post he writes. I has similar numbers. In his case, a 1% chance of getting negative rep, and a 10% chance of getting a like for every post. This is where the reputation stat becomes very valuable. Effectively, it's a signpost that informs us that these users can be volatile, and asks the rest of us if this volatility is within an acceptable tolerance for our forum. Anyway, what have we learned? Firstly, there are lots of ways to gain or lose reputation. The most common way to gain it is to post on a wide variety of forums and on a wide variety of topics over a long period of time. There is no direct correlation between likes and posts. We're statistically more likely to give a like to someone with a low reputation than someone with a high reputation. We're also losing members who have good things to say. They quickly gain rep and then leave. The forum is also forgiving. Rep is fluid, and members can restore a negative reputation to positive should they wish to. I'll put a couple of PDFs in the bottom of this forum post. And finally, a bit of news. Please could I ask all members to post on our new map? Deep Thought has done a fantastic job of integrating a Google map directly into the forum. It's in the introduction section, and as soon as it's decently populated, I'll be able to make a new video all about it. Cheers.